Good morning, welcome, 8 a.m. time. Just looking for my cup of coffee. Where did I put it down? Eyes are a bit, eyes are a bit tired this morning. There we go. They can still see though, so that's good. Arm yourself with a cup of coffee or tea. First time I've spoke this morning as well. Nobody else has been up to speak to yet. I have said good morning to the kitty cats. So 8 a.m. we're back round again. 24 hours round. This is my my only movement snack with you today. Bex has taken the double for the rest of the day. And my team haven't got a football match today, but I'm going to take a different team, the one that I set up way back when, and when we split, one of my coaching colleagues, Mark, took the team. So I'll be going back to that team and hopefully guiding them through to success in their cup match fixture today. So that's at 2 o'clock, a bit later on than we normally play, but gives the front end of the day to do some stuff, doesn't it? Even if that's just potter around a bit. Maybe a bit of pottering today. We'll see what we can come across. I know there's a huge pile of washing that needs sorting, that's occupying the nice newly tidied up spare room that I did the other week. I know that that's waiting for me. I'll probably get that done pretty quick, to be fair. Morning then to Sandra, Dawn. I can see Carol's here and Sheila Day's in. Maddie's just arrived. I want to put my leg just to the side here and just rest it on the table, but I've still got a bit of a bruise there from when my niece proper hard tackled me at football last Monday. It was a birthday tackle and a birthday bruise and a birthday cranked up ankle that I got. I think that's, it just feels bruised. It doesn't look bruised. It's not got any weird and wonderful colours as bruising can often give you. Some purple hues and green hues normally, isn't there, in a bruise. Oh, I just did a rhyme. Morning, Odile. Good to have you all here. And Gillian is in. It's just flicked across to 8 o'clock. That means your messages are probably just going to all start landing any second. Right. 3, 2, 1. Good morning. Welcome. Is it the 6th of October today? I think it might well be. Morning, Gillian with a G. You're with me for the 8 a.m. Get up and go. This is about organising our bodies, just waking it up, getting it moving, focusing on some joint mobilisation and range of motion movements. And all of these movements, they're there somewhere in your day, in certain degrees and sizes as well. So let's stand tall. Maybe that involves a bit of external support usage for you. Maybe it doesn't so much or as often, but get your feet moving, get your ankles moving. There's a bit of knees in there and hips and a little bit of weight transfer too. So already quite a lot going on in a simple foot pedal. Now, hip walks. Do a few of these if you want. Come forwards with a lift and a shift and a stepping action. And then maybe take yourself back. This moves the hips. There's quite a lot of other littler movements coming in as well. There's a little bit of spine as well, I guess. Bit of weight shift again as well. Do 1 or 2 forwards and backs and forwards of those before joining with the foot pedals. This will move your hips in a slightly different way. So as you bring your legs into a marching action, just picking up the knees a bit, not too high. Try and resist the sinking motion and the slouching motion. That would be oh too easy to do. And just give that foot, just give that leg march a bit of a boost from the ball of your foot. If you're in standing, try and keep your shoulders over your hips so that you're not kind of leaning in or leaning over or loading through your arms. And your external support around hip height, not too low, and yeah, somewhere around hip height. We can start to bring some arms in if you haven't done already. That could be a single arm job or a double arm job. And a good old steady rhythmical pace, which your pace might be a bit different to mine, that's all right. We're not all set on one setting. We can find different settings. A few things happening here as we move. Bit of warmth just building through your muscles. Circulation, that's running a bit faster around your body now, and there's probably a bit of a lift of your heart rate by a few beats per minute, but nothing getting into any aerobic zones or workouts. You'd need to do much longer than 3 minutes for it even to be edging into an aerobic huff and puff workout. But the breathing's deeper, the heart rate has lifted a little bit going on there, but just enough to warm everything through. Right, I'm just going to have the last, I'm going to see it to the bottom. Shoulder lifts, shoulder rolls. Hang the arms loose and floppy. And then we've got a lift and a press. A smooth movement and a steady movement. Getting the biggest movement out of all of the areas that we're going to visit in this movement snack for about 15 minutes or so. So about 4 or 5 of each is just enough to get things loosening and moving, but not too many to take up too much of your time. It's quick, it's easy, it's slaughter-inable, and it's doable if you need these a bit later on in your day. Some of you might need more later in the day. This won't be the be-all and end-all of reducing all possible stiffness in and throughout those joints. If we sit still for any amount of time, then we can tend to seize up a little bit, don't we? So you might need a few more of these crowbarred in your day. Head on in the middle, glance into the side, just that turn through the neck area, and the rest of the body stays still. It stays in active posture, of course, but it stays where we set it. Now you'll get a little bit of a pull around your neck at that very far end. You might have had, or you might still be getting 1 or 2 clicks and crunches, a bit of gritty bits in your movement, but try and work on through that, and again doing a few more regular top trios, all 3 moves kind of linking into each other. And there we go, releasing a bit of tension. If we got tension here as well, it could be tension here that we have too. So moving everything, loosening everything, freeing it up. Here's a chin tuck to lengthen up the back of the neck, and it restacks the spine. Small, definite, significant movement linking into posture, linking into weight being held of your head, over your neck and rest of your body, helping you to stand tall and be tall and feel tall in your confident posture. 4 or 5 of those, job done. Hey up, my cousin's in. Hello Leanne. There's Helen, Red Rita and Patricia too. Right, trunk trio. The 3s of the trunk. Hold your hands together. We're going to go for a bit of a reach and row. Circ boost. Just 30 seconds here, something like that. Get your elbows to come out straight. You might be going to and from your external support with just a single arm row back there. Have your feet a little bit wider in seated and standing positions here for all of your trunk movements. Right, side bends. So if you're up tall, your shoulders should feel in line with your hips and in line with your legs. And that's where we'll try and keep them as you tilt over. Don't worry about reaching down really far. So it's not as far as you can reach down in a sideways-ish bend. It's how in line can you keep your shoulders in with your legs. So you're imagining you're in a really small space to the side of you, just trying to reach downwards. So there's no dropping forwards or hinging, you know, kind of leaning or altering the movement into a backwards position. Same in seated. This time staying in line with the legs of the chair. And again, you might not reach the floor, doesn't matter. As long as your hips feel secure, you feel stable, you've got your feet planted, all of those things that help us to do more confident movements. The pull might be a bit lighter now. You might feel like you've been able to go a little bit further on the last couple of these side bends. So just in 5 we can make a bit of a difference. Right, trunk turns. Get your arms out your way if you want. Just tighten them into your body there. Sit tall and twist. You can have your hands across at your knee if you like. Draw the other arm back and you're into a trunk turn. If you want to be freestanding, you can just hold your arms anywhere you like, or just have them loose and free, freely moving around you, or you can tuck your hips up against a surface where you've got a bit of room to twist and turn into that bit of a space behind. So this might be a windowsill or a worktop. You might have a dining table that you can just feel against the back of you. And your hips will stay in contact. Just take a bit of a pause in the middle, just on those side bends and trunk turns. My head just went, oh, I'm a bit foggy. So take your time so that it doesn't mess with your vestibular system, make you feel dizzy or balance challenged. So just take your time, take a pause, go again. Back extension. Now we don't want to disrupt our ear fluid, so do keep the chin tuck in place that we just did in top trio. Find maybe, look, I've got the bottom of the picture frame here, I'm going to keep my eyes looking at that. Chest lifted, long between your sternum and your pelvis, and then taking it into a bit of a back bend, arching the spine, bending backwards, but not bending the neck. The neck, best we can, stays long with the eyes down. And into that space we move. We don't hang around there, we come straight back out and recover for a moment here before taking third, fourth, maybe even the fifth one. A really good crowbar-inable move this when you've been leaning over doing stuff. So that you might be leaning over doing a bit of hoovering, mopping, you might be in the garden doing a bit of shoveling and digging, potting stuff, unpotting stuff. You might be just wiping the table down in and out of the dishwasher or the washing machine, those kind of things. You might be cleaning out the bath today. Oh, all of that leaning forwards, balance it off with a few back extensions. Right, feet, ankles, toes. Pedal the legs for a last round of circ boost. You might want to just put in a few toe taps there, lifting the ball of the feet off the floor. You might want to put in some toe hinge actions there. Have a go at just splaying and spreading the toes as well. And do that on after the toe crunch as well. So turn the toes in and then spread them out against the floor. If you've got shoes on, you'll still be able to do these movements here. You might feel a little bit hemmed in with them. So the next time you take your shoes off, maybe do a few of these fidgety feet moves. Two options in seated. First one, toes down and heels down, just from active sit. You can do another option with a bit more support for your posture, so hip walk back and just take up a bit of support with the seat behind you, and you've got the same pointing and pulling back action but not touching down onto the floor. And your standing option, should you prefer to be in standing, needs to be in the absence of a balance challenge. So use your support here. Even if you don't normally use your support or don't use it very much in these movement snacks, take some up so you're completely steady, and then your ankle and foot, you can move that without having to consider how your balance is. And that way you'll get more movement, more focus on the mobility, loosening element of this move. Okay, about 4 or 5 should just be what we need. For now, it might be what you need, but for later, you might find that you need a bit more. Right, there we go, everyone. There's your 8 AM. Thanks for coming along. Right, I'm job done for today with movement snacking. I'm sure I'll be here and there moving around, doing a bit of this and a bit of that and a running around too. I'll get my movement minutes up there a little bit later on, and hopefully you will too. Bex can help you along with that total by coming along to the 12 noon and the 4 PM. Try for now. Have a good Sunday.